First of all, let's come back then. So just remind people again about sort of Wiltshire Farm Foods and what the sort of objective for the company is.
Yeah, so we work with the large company in the UK, but we're absolutely 100% based over here. We have our facility just behind B&Q, and all of the team over here it's essentially a Manx company that brings in really great products from the UK and handles all of the delivery and all of the customer services over here. And we had a great response last time after we came on and we had a conversation, but we really see ourselves as not just a food delivery business, but more of a lifestyle enhancement. So say our customers, a lot of the time they don't need our product every day. It's not something that they necessarily always rely on. They just bring the product in occasionally, and that ultimately helps them be more independent and lead a fuller life, really.
Because there isn't, I would say from having spoken to you last time, there isn't really a typical customer, is there?
Absolutely not. No, we deliver to all sorts of different people, and actually now increasingly all sorts of different ages. And I say these are these can be busy people at any stage in their life, and it's just a helping hand when and if they need it.
And one of the things we're talking about today, it is beautiful outside. We have been so fortunate with the weather, although I think the farming community might
disagree.
They might disagree, yeah. But I'm loving the sunshine, I have to say. And you've embraced this, haven't you? You've got some summer promotions.
We have, because we get to talk about all the good stuff. So a lot of our sweets and ice cream, and we have some absolutely fantastic ice cream in, which we will gladly come and deliver to you. And again, as I say, the service for us is about, it's not something that you may need every week. It's something that, we're very happy for you to sort of dip in and out of. There's no commitments. There's no contract. We'd love to just come up and deliver you a couple of meals to try the service to see if it would suit you. And as I say, we've got great ice cream at the moment. So if you give Claire a ring and you want to you think, well, I'd like to give this a go, we'll make sure that you get some free ice cream in there as well as a little incentive. And who doesn't like free ice cream?
What about free ice cream delivered by the toy maker?
It could happen in full lederhosen. I mean, yeah.
Now there you go.
If that floats your boat.
I really hope someone does call and ask for that. Cream teas as well.
Cream tea. So we're doing cream tea promotion at the moment as well. So, just really designed to just sample a few of the dishes. You can ring up, just order one or two, give them a go, and we'll throw in free cream tea for you as well.
Oh, see, they're so generous, aren't they? And obviously, another thing about this time of year as well, when it is this hot outside, it's quite difficult to eat huge amounts of food, isn't it? But you can adapt the portion sizes for people as well, can't you?
Absolutely. So there's sort of three different aspects to our range. We have what we call our normal size portion, and that takes care of most people. It's a good size portion. But we're finding that a lot of people might have specific dietary requirements, or actually it might be recovering. So a lot of our customers are people that might have had an extended hospital stay. They might have had some operation done or something like that, and they find themselves in a situation where they've got a reduced appetite. I do not have that problem, but lots of people do. And the thing about reduced appetite is the worst thing you can do that is to stop eating, and that's what people do. But frequently, a meal they may feel overfaced. They might feel that they're not in the mood to actually prepare something themselves. So we do a mini meal range, which is just enough. Again, the great thing about that is you're getting all of your nutrition into it, so all of your minerals, all of your vitamins into it, but it's not going to overface you. And we hear from a lot of customers that have found that as a really good route back into what we would call normal eating, so a normal portion size. And as I say, it's a good way to just make sure you're getting everything you need without it being overfacing.
And you say getting everything you need. One of the things that we talked with you about last time as well is the fact that you will work with people, as you said, who have specific dietary requirements, because now, not least because of various sort of medical conditions and things, but there is a lot more sort of there's leanings towards things like gluten-free, dairy-free.
Absolutely.
And so there's a lot that needs to be catered for now, isn't there?
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes that might be as the result of, again, a medical condition or something that they've experienced. A lot of that time, that's just a lifestyle choice because they tend to feel better. And we cover and hold a massive range of all these things, because the problem with if this is a condition that you have, or if this is a lifestyle that you want to choose, is choice. Unless you want to dedicate yourself to it and do all of your own preparation, it's really hard to do something. But obviously people with gluten-free and gluten intolerance, they lead busy lives as well, so they need help, and often getting access to those quick choices can be really difficult. And we hold a really massive range. Certainly probably the largest range on the island, in order to supplement what you're doing yourself, what you're cooking yourself.
Yeah, we were speaking recently to Gianni Fabrizio, who's the fitness instructor, and he was saying, sort of they have to think very hard about what they're putting into their bodies if they're doing the competitions and things. And I'm assuming that's something you could do as well, sort of tailor things to that too.
Definitely. I mean, the great thing about all of our dishes is it's really quantifiable. So again, if you're doing that prep yourself or that prep's being done informally by somebody else, it's really hard to know exactly what's going in. And, from a health point of view, if that's a priority for you, we can tell you absolutely everything broken down into calorie intake, salt intake, and it's precisely monitored. Equally from a health point of view, if you're watching salt intake or something like that, we can talk to you about our lower salt ranges and things like that. Again, they taste fantastic. You wouldn't know that that's the case, but it's just helping with those lifestyle choices. And you can sometimes just adjust one meal a day, and it'll make a massive difference to medication and all sorts of different lifestyle things.
That's the thing, isn't it? Because people assume if there's reduced salt and reduced sugar, as you said, rubbish, that it's not going to taste great. Yeah, that's not the case.
I've tried nearly all of them now, and we did when we were looking at the product. And a lot of the times you pull that salt out of it, actually, you can't tell, because as long as the quality of the food going in is good in the beginning, actually, the stuff that you need to add in order to make it taste good you don't need it a lot of the time.
Yeah. And also one of the things we're talking about is soft food diets, because again, that's something that, especially if you have particular medical conditions, you need to be wary of.
That's right. I mean, it's something that a lot of people don't consider because obviously for the majority of people, they don't have issues, but again, post-operative or at certain times in their life, if this is something that you need, it's really important. And it's really important to have dignity in what you're eating. That's a big part of something that we push, so you can enjoy a meal with your family that, is the same and is, you don't feel that it's something different and that you're isolated out. And that you've got choice, because, again, the danger with these things is that you end up eating the same thing every day. And the soft ranges that Wiltshire offer, are without doubt the absolute best you can get. They've won the Queen's Innovation Awards for the last, I think, 3 or 4 years, and they really are fantastic. And if this is, I say, it's not for everybody. It's for a lot of people it isn't necessary. If it is necessary, it really is a lifeline to people, and they are really fantastically good quality products. And again, our team, if it's something that you think that you might be of benefit to you, there's lots of different ranges. You don't have to, we step into it very easily, and our team are really happy to, talk to you about, trying some and seeing if it's right for you and solve some problems.
So you could actually have like little samples and test.
We're happy to do that. So we work with a lot of charities and a lot of organisations, different groups, hospice and things like that. Because as I say, if this is something you need in your life, then it's a priority that we get it right and we can be there for you.
Now, when you say this, the soft foods, you talk about soft foods, we're not just talking about like taking a full roast dinner and putting it in a blender, are we?
We're not. No. So there's different categories. And again, a lot of time, as people, their needs change, and it's something that needs to be. We work with dietitians. So first of all, it'll start off with something that's what we call fork mashable. So it's just slightly lighter. So it doesn't mean it's been cooked longer. It just means that more steam's been added to the process, so the water content is higher. So again, it's just a little bit easier to digest, a little bit easier to eat. And then we take it right up to what we would call our category D, which is classic pureed. But again, no, there's a lot of process that goes into there, because the key thing about when you puree something is maintaining the flavour. Just because you're struggling with solids, it doesn't necessarily doesn't mean that you don't enjoy food still. All your taste is still there. So you might need a little bit of extra help with the preparation, but it's still got to taste delicious. And these ones are absolutely great. We do a fantastic product, again, which is really unique in the market, which are sandwiches. So again, if you need puree food in your life, sandwiches are something that we all take for granted that we can eat every day, and it's just a really great snack. That option isn't available. That's taken away from you because it's very hard to get a sandwich. So Wiltshire have done an amazing job in developing this sandwich product, which you can eat, and it's fully compliant. So if you really struggle. But again, that's a lifeline.
So it's like a softer sandwich, basically.
It is. It's actually a pureed sandwich.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a unique product. And I say, if that's something that you need, previously, you just want to grab something light, it wouldn't be an option for you, because it's a really difficult thing to try and achieve, and they've done a great job in it. It's an amazing product.
And one of the things that we talked about with you last time as well is one of the reasons why this is brilliant. It's not just for the person themselves who are consuming the food, but if you're, for instance, looking after somebody, if you're caring for them, you don't then have that added concern of thinking, I've got to get the food and I've got to make sure it's right and I've got to make sure it's healthy for them, that takes that pressure off that person as well, doesn't it?
It does, and I say that, we're really flexible on the different options. We have a number of clients, I think I said last time, where, we will send a message to relatives afterwards just to say, look, we've been in, we've seen Mum, she's got her delivery this week. There's nothing to worry about there, and it's peace of mind for the whole extended family. Because I said last time, everybody's so busy, and it doesn't mean that families don't care. It just means that they're time constrained, and if that's one thing that we can take off their plate, we're happy to do that.
Nice pun. Now, as I said, you are exceptionally busy man, Ben. We've always talked about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. We briefly touched on the fact that obviously you're still involved in Harbour Lights, family thing, still ongoing. I have spotted so many updates recently about the Sefton. There is stuff going on, isn't there? There
is. We've just come to the end of, we've been open about 6 weeks now. So we had a 6-week closure in there and a beautiful new refit in there. Absolutely.
It's gorgeous. If you've not been,
stunning.
I have to recommend it. It's so lovely in there.
And we were so lucky to find a local construction team, and we worked with Gemma at Rehab Squared, who's done the design for us there and done the design for another new restaurant in the south of the island. So it's great to be able to work with all of these local craftsmen and bring in all of this local knowledge, really. So it's stunning. And our next project is we're just about to do a refit in St Normans as well. So watch out for that at the end of the year. But we're really excited about that, tying back into all the cultural aspects. So we really want to turn that into a theatre bar. So embrace the culture that's happening out there. So we're looking to engage with a lot of the local societies and find out some of their history and maybe incorporate some of their history into the decor there. So, they feel a bit of ownership over the space as well.
Do you know, that makes so much sense. It really does. Will it still be called St Normans, though? Because
so we're thinking it's going to be St Normans Theatre Bar. So St Norman will still be in there. We'll still absolutely have that presence, but we will, we'll look to do some outreach and try and involve as many societies, that are interested.
So are you happy for people to contact you if they want to?
Yeah, no, we'd love to hear from them. And obviously, I'm very lucky that I've got a lot of links into the society, so we're already starting to have that conversation with a couple now. But yeah, we want to hear from everybody.
Well, if for instance you are considering doing anything to the pavement outside, I have to tell you an idea that my mother came up with for outside the Gaiety. Walk of Fame.
Yes, I love it.
All the famous kind of theatre stars and actors and everything from over the years, outside, little Walk of Fame. There you go.